You've tuned into the Millennials Anonymous podcast.
Yes, it is your girl Lise Winnie, and I am a fucking millennial. Today we got a lot of stuff to talk about
ready
today.
As your girl Lise gets you hyped and real
comfortable. They need to be comfortable.
WRDR and we're 98.4 FM.
I'm gonna have to throw this bitch in the river. Hey everybody, welcome back to a brand new episode of Millennials Anonymous Podcast. Yes, it is your girl Lise Winnie, and I am a fucking millennial. Yes, I said that with force today. You know why? Do you know why? Because I am black, okay? And because it is the birthday of one of the civil rights leaders that really has made it possible for me and you and us to be able to do and sit where we want to sit. We can shop where we want to shop for the most part. I mean, we got some issues, but for the most part. So we appreciate you. We appreciate you for allowing us to pretty much be able to buy a house. Maybe not millennials and everybody else because we're going to be broke forever. But, you know, for the people that did, okay? For the people that did, you know, maybe not our parents because they kind of fucked it up for us. But, you know, for the rest of everybody else, you made it possible for that to happen. And for that, sir, we have to say happy birthday to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. because he has made it possible. I joke, but to be in all seriousness, he has made it possible for black people to be able to do so much. And his speeches and the movement that he was able to lead, it still drives us today in order to continue what he started. So I want to say happy birthday to them, to him. And also today is not his birthday, okay? We observing it on the 18th, but his birthday is actually on January the 15th. So all rounds of applause. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. Yes. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created.
Yes, so give him a big round of applause, big rounds and rounds and rounds and rounds of applause, because he had to do all the things that we didn't have to do in order to make sure that we can sit where we are today, okay? I appreciate him. I appreciate everything that he has done. Without him, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. Like, so we appreciate you. We appreciate everything that you've done for us in the civil rights movement. So dope. Make sure you go out and you do something today, which is Monday, which is actually the National Day of Service, or you can do something this week. It doesn't necessarily have to be today. Just make sure you do something to give back to our community. Make sure you are doing something to make sure that you help somebody else's light shine brighter, even if it's not giving money, because we all strapped for cash right now. Maybe you don't have enough money to donate to a charity or whatever. And I want to give a big shout out to my guests, because we had a guest last week. It is Chef Hip, okay? Now make sure you go follow him, because on Instagram, you will lick your phone screen. As dirty as cell phones are, you will lick your phone. I'm telling you, that food looks that good. Like it looks like you can smell it through your phone. And we have a guest today. Mr. Shizzle is in the house from the Shizzle Show. Yes, we are station mates, okay? We are brother and sister of WPIR 98.4 FM. He is down in Florida. I am in Maryland, but we are station mates, okay? And so I have another entity outside of this. This is not the only thing that I do. And with that entity, I had a contract with an organization, and I finished that contract, which freed up a lot of time and a lot of stress for me. So I was like, woo. But let me talk about what I did on Saturday. Okay. You know, I'm a Ravens fan. I talked about them last week about how when they play well, we get shit. And when we don't play well, we get shit. So we didn't play well, okay? Now, mind you, there was a lot of factors at play. They had 17-mile-per-hour winds. That wasn't helpful, okay? Not helpful at all. It just wasn't good. Justin Tucker, who is the kicker, he missed like 3 field goals. Lamar Jackson got injured. They had to bring in I don't know. I think they picked him up from the high school on the way to the game because our backups was hurt. All of our backups was hurt. So we had backups for the backups. We had our 4th string. I didn't even say 3rd. 4th string quarterback, mind you, that's playing in a playoff game, and we are down by the 14. So you knew at that point this shit was over, because if I'm not mistaken, I ain't never heard him. I don't know if this. And I hope that Lamar Jackson is okay, because he did not come back in the game. I think he had a concussion, or he may have had a concussion. So I hope he's doing well. He hit the turf really hard, so I hope he's doing well. My concern is for my Ravens, and I'm a Ravens girl no matter what. Let's just wait and see what happens. But shout out to my Ravens. You had a great season. You ain't want to go to the Super Bowl. It's going to have holograms and audience and shit. You don't want that. That's trash, okay? It's just trash. Let's get to these top 10 trending topics of the week.
Turn that shit up! Turn that shit up!
Let's get to these top 10 trending topics of the week. So, Trump is going to be the only president in history to be impeached twice, 2 times. Dose. He will be impeached twice. What? Yes, the Democrats and 10 Republicans in the House of Representatives on last Tuesday said, hey, we got this document, yo. We got to get him up out of here. He is doing a lot, okay? He is doing a lot. And they charged him with the incitement of insurrection. And guess what happened? On Wednesday, they made the shit happen. So now it's on its way over to Mitch McConnell. It's on its way over to Mitch McConnell. Yes, the Republicans, y'all stood up, but it's a little late. I mean, y'all waited. Fuck, y'all a lot late, okay? You a lot late to the party. I don't know what the fuck you want us to do with this, because you a lot late, okay? Y'all just allowed this bullshit to take place, and it took y'all to realize that y'all was in danger. Y'all heard Mystical playing in the background. Danger for y'all to realize that this shit is not cool. Like, that's what it took. Bruh. Like, y'all had motherfuckers in the Capitol building with zip ties and a letter of good guys and bad guys. Sidebar to a sidebar. If you is in the Capitol building with a note of good guys and bad guys, would you really know the difference of who these fucking people are? Like, what are you gonna do? Ask them their names when you're kidnapping them? Like, we know that not all schools is created equal, and a lot of y'all from a lot of areas is a little poor, and we know from statistics that poor areas tend to have shittier schools. And really, sir, like, you really was gonna, because some of these motherfuckers, I don't know who they are. Like, it's just like their names just like, who the fuck is that? Like, oh, okay, all right, I didn't even know we had that. Okay, it's some of y'all out there that don't even know the letters for the state. Y'all don't even know what that fucking shit means. Like, IA. Oh, what's that? Bruh. I don't know what that is. Idea? We got a state called Idea? I don't know. Like, y'all really don't even be knowing. And don't get me started with the M's, because y'all be all fucked up with them, because it's a couple of them, and y'all be like, oh, God. Eminent OP. Is Eminent OP? Is that a state? Is that a state? Eminent OP. I don't know. Like, y'all don't listen. Republicans, y'all lives were on the line, and some of y'all are still like, I think we could have did it. Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And speaking of not understanding, Donald Trump is issuing presidential pardons all week, according to sources. So it's like, you get a pardon, you get a pardon, you get a pardon. Pardon me, baby, because he said, I'm doing this, honey. Kodak Black might even get out. We don't know. Bobby Shmurda, all of them. He might pardon everybody. We just don't know, you know. because this is a part of his plan. And according to Yahoo News, and yes, Yahoo exists. Remember Yahoo? Yahoo still exists. I think it was AOL at one point, and Verizon bought it or some shit. I don't know.
Don't be rude.
Donald Trump, according to them, according to Yahoo News, they are saying that he is trying to ruin Joe Biden's inauguration. So he is being the fuckboy of all fuckboys. This is some real housewives of Beverly Hills, real housewives of the Potomac, real housewives of New York type bullshit. Okay, which, sidebar to a sidebar, Mona, that might be a show I would watch and put Barack and Michelle on there, and Bill Clinton and Hillary. Donald Trump and Melania, that might be some drama, baby. And he might do it. Like Donald Trump, you might not be able to get nobody else. Donald Trump, he's getting kind of desperate. So he might show up on the Real Housewives of Atlanta one day. We might see that. He might, I don't know. Do they got Real Housewives of Florida? They do have that. I can't even think of the name. The one in Miami. Love and Hip Hop Miami, because I don't know how I drew a blank on the name, because there ain't no love in the damn hip hop, but Love and Hip Hop Miami. I don't know if that show is still on, but he might make an appearance. He's that desperate for attention at this point. So I don't know, Mona, maybe, but they're saying that he's thinking about ruining Joe Biden's inauguration. He's saying that he's going to boycott. So they're saying Donald Trump is boycotting Biden's inauguration by not attending. I'm like, no, he ain't boycotting shit. He just ain't going. Like, we not going to use these terms, white people. He's just not going. He ain't boycotting shit. Like, nobody wanted him there anyway. You ever had sidebar? He's like the friend or the person that, not really a friend, but like an acquaintance or like a family member that you got that always say, I ain't going. He was like, woo, thank God, because I didn't want to have to pretend to talk to you any fucking way. Like, he's that dude. Like, no one wanted him there. Like, nobody wanted to pretend to shake his fucking hand. Nobody wanted to look at his face. Like, nobody wanted him there, because it would have been awkward as fuck for all the people that are going to be there. Nobody wanted him there. It was going to be... it would have not have worked. So he's not boycotting shit. He just staying home. Like, we stop with the words, damn it. Stop with the words. And they're saying that he's planning. This is what they're saying. And I believe every word of it. I can't prove it, but I believe every fucking word.
Quiet.
They're saying he's going to Mar-a-Lago. Okay, so he's gonna go to his Mar-a-Lago resort, which the people down there don't want him there anyway. They don't. They saying all his kids and everybody gonna move to Florida. They're moving out of New York or whatever. But nah, who cares? But he's going down to his resort in Mar-a-Lago.
The wall just got 10 feet taller.
And they're saying because he is supposed to leave on the 20th, because his presidency ends at noon on the 20th. Like I told y'all a couple weeks ago, I said he was going to leave on the 19th. He ain't leaving on the 19th, but he is leaving in the morning on the 20th. He will not be there when Joe Biden gets there. There will not be a peaceful, like that little meeting that they had, that transfer of power. There will not be none of that, because he's not doing it. Okay, even though I say he gonna flick on the lights on and off, leave boogies everywhere, and leave the water running. Like, I feel like that's what the fuck he gonna do. Like, he just that fucking petty.
Bruh.
And so, even though they are really cleaning down that White House, they had little people in there, the fumigation team. Like, they was like, oh, he nasty. Like, let's clean that shit. They gotta get this shit up out of here. Like, I've never seen a person that is supposed to be a germaphobe but won't wear a mask in a pandemic. Like, not really a germaphobe, are you? No, I don't think you know what it means. This wouldn't shock me, though. But they're saying that he's supposed to leave early on the 20th, and he's going to stage a photo op, according to Yahoo News, where he will try to drag the attention away from Joe Biden in real time during this inauguration to him. And he is planning on making an inauguration day spectacle where he will be down in Mar-a-Lago announcing his 2024 presidential candidacy and a rally of his own supporters. So this some fuck shit right here. He is really the friend that comes to the wedding in a slutty white dress to try to take attention away from the bride. This is that bullshit. And this is all on Republicans. This is all on y'all. Now, whether or not they will really impeach him so that he won't be able to run in 2024 is all to be seen. I don't know. Mitch McConnell, now I will say that there is some hope, because last time Mitch McConnell said that the impeachment articles would be dead on arrival, that he would not consider it. And now he's sort of like thinking about it. We did have 10 Republicans. A little late. Y'all was a lot late. Like y'all was late as fuck. Like, but anyway, we will see if this happens. I don't know if it will happen, but it would make sense for Republicans. Listen, Republicans. Y'all had to tote this bullshit for 4 years of the shit. Like, I know every time something came down the pipe way, like Mitch McConnell, y'all was like, he just fucked again. Like, whoo, again, my dude. Again, like, just shut the fuck up. Like, I don't understand why you can't shut the fuck up. Barack Obama then gave you the dream of an economy. He's given you a dream of the economy. You didn't even have to do shit. Okay, you can cut these tax breaks for these rich folks. The rich folks was loving you.
Really rich.
White people love you because they love all the whitey shit you do. If you would have just shut the fuck up, we could have why do you just shut the fuck up? Now, mind you, I don't like any of his fucking policies. Like, I don't like Donald Trump at all. But for him to be the incumbent who was gifted the benefit of a great economy from his predecessor, right? He has cut taxes for the wealthy. These are the ingredients for re-election. And if you lost re-election in those circumstances, it shows that people fucking hate you. That means that your stupid ass, like, you had everything and you dropped the ball. You can get him out of your party. Like, stop him and people, because if you impeach him, what it will do is stop all them crazy motherfuckers who's lining up right now to get into Congress and Senate and run for president from doing that. You will send a clear message that this is not what we stand for. Let them crazy asses start their own party. Do that. Let them start their own party. But in the past, we used to fight over policy. Now we fighting over facts. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna move on. And we will be getting a $1,400 stimulus. Yes, the sugar daddy of America, Mr. Joe Biden, President-elect Joe Biden said, I will give you this $1.9 trillion coronavirus package y'all was asking for. It's coming. And he said, guess what? Not only is it coming, y'all might be getting this shit this week. Okay? He said, I get in the office on Wednesday at 12 noon and y'all gonna be getting this shit. It's gonna start rolling as soon as I get in there. Okay, y'all gonna see this shit is gonna be rolling. Like Tina Turner said, it's gonna be rolling and y'all gonna get it. Okay, y'all gonna get these checks from Uncle Joe. So we'll see what Uncle Joe do, but he said that's what he's doing. And sidebar, there's still people that are mad that they're not getting $2,000. They're only getting $1,400 because what Joe said, he was like, 14 plus 6 equal 2. Okay, so that's 2,000 that y'all getting. So add that shit together and that's what y'all got. And a lot of people are still mad because they had spent the money already. No. I'm not talking about the people that lost their job and they're depending on this money. We talking about the people that ain't never lose their job. They've been working the entire time and they sitting up here complaining about extra money. Like, not like the issue is not the stimulus package. The issue is you don't make enough money, period. We fighting the wrong battles. If that's the issue, because this stimulus package is not supposed to help you live forever. The issue is we need to figure out how to raise the wages that Americans have. How do we close this wealth gap? How do we make sure that Americans can keep up with the cost of inflation? That's the battle you need to be fighting, baby. How do we make sure that the people who are in the middle, the people that make not enough, but too much at the same time, don't carry the burden of taxes of everybody else? Because typically the people in the middle, because people at the top don't pay taxes. The people at the bottom don't pay much taxes or any taxes at all. So the money falls on the people in the middle. And the people in the middle get all the shit. So we need to figure out, how do we help the people at the bottom and how do we help the people in the middle so that everybody can get a piece of the pie? That's what we need to do. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna stop it. This is gonna be a long top 10 because I keep going off on a tangent. I'm sorry. And Bow Wow, or should I say Shad Moss? I think Bow Wow is the black one, and I think Shad Moss is the mixed one because I think he said a while back that he was mixed or biracial. He wasn't black, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go with Shad Moss. Since he's not black now, Shad Moss was able to pack a club in Houston Yes, during COVID.
Gotcha, bitch.
And this is insane. So it was for a celebrity birthday party. He wasn't the only person there. I think Meek Mill was there, and I want to say it's Clee. Is it Clee Club Clee in Houston? I'm probably saying it wrong because my mouth flicked it, and I don't read accents on E's and shit. But there was a club in Houston that they were at, and it was for a birthday party, and they packed the shit out of this club. Now, I was shocked as fuck, because I was like, y'all really in here to stand with the rapper, a grown man, and hear this grown man rap, or stand next to a man that was, oh my God, like, really? That's what we doing? That's what we doing. Like, you really gonna risk your health to stand next to the guy that made like you? No. It don't make no sense. I mean, you gonna risk your life to get that new strain of coronavirus that sounds like a Star Wars character, the B112 shit, okay, in order to stand next to the guy that killed 106 in Park. Like, I make it make sense to me. Like, and right now they're having a 20% positivity rate in Houston with massive COVID spikes. According to Hip Hop DX, they are saying that as of last Saturday, January the 16th, Harris County had a reported over 3,400 new cases of COVID. In that area, they had 38,655 confirmed new cases since the beginning of January. And per the city's COVID-19 dashboard, the city has nearly 19,000 active cases of COVID. Like, I don't understand. Black people, we are dying from COVID at much higher rates. One, we tend to have more health problems than other people because of the way that the system is set up. So we don't eat as well because we can't afford to eat as well. We can't get the same levels of health care. And you see the discrepancies in the care between what everybody else gets and what black people get. Why do you want to risk your life to stand in this club? You're gonna be looking cute in the club and taking your picture with Lil Bow Wow, only for them to use that shit for your obituary, because you're gonna be dead doing this dumb shit. Like, it is not worth it. And the woman who accused the teenage boy in New York City of stealing her phone, Maya Ponsetto, denies being racist because she says that she is in fact a person of color, after she allegedly attacked a 14-year-old boy openly inside of the hotel lobby because he was the only black person in the room. So listen, Maya. Listen. Come here. Okay, first of all, Maya, when I seen you, I was like, she look a little tan. Zimmerman is also technically biracial, but that has nothing to do with racism. Clearly, you don't know what racism is. Racism is treating someone bad or discriminating against someone based on their race, and that is exactly what you did. You can be racist. You can be an Asian person and be racist. You can be Mexican and be racist. You can be Puerto Rican and be racist. You can be Native American and be racist. You can be black and be racist. Like, it does not matter your race. It has to do with how you treat other races. Okay? It is the way you treat other people based on their skin color. You're gonna have a rough time in jail, but whatever. This is all I got to say about that. And Dr. Dre appears to be on the mend. We talked about this last week, that they said he was doing well, but apparently he's doing a lot better. So he was released from Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles on Friday, January the 15th, after he suffered a brain aneurysm. And there was a picture that was posted on Instagram on January the 16th that showed him back in the studio, because apparently he's working on the Detox album that everybody has been waiting for many, many years. And he's also receiving around-the-clock medical care, according to Hip Hop DX. So I don't know because to me, I know people that have died from aneurysms or have had severe complications afterwards. So the fact that he was able to get up and walk the fuck out of the hospital is amazing. God be like, because that praise to whoever you pray to, because that is amazing to me. I hope he's taking it slow though. and not trying to rush this album out, because this is something that people are waiting for and have been anticipating for a while. But he appears to be doing well, so I'm glad to see that that he is in fact doing well. And this is why, going back to that club thing, celebrities have a different level of medical care. So for all of y'all that are out here just doing the fuck shit like that, listen, they are able to get access to this COVID vaccine. They are able to get a lot of things, because this COVID vaccine rollout has been a mess. They are able to get a lot of things that we can't get. Now, listen, mind you, money ain't gonna save you. Money, you can die with money, okay? We've seen it. But like Chris Rock said, if you rich, at least you're gonna die on a mattress. Like, you're gonna get a different level of medical care when you are in fact wealthy. You're gonna get the best of the fucking best of the fucking best. So the fact that y'all want to stand there in that goddamn club and risk y'all life for the bullshit is mind-blowing to me. And Aaliyah's estate actually released a memo on her birthday. Her birthday actually is on January the 16th, and the memo was to fans. So the R&B singer is in a fierce, her state is in a fierce battle about her music. So her uncle, his last name is Hankerson. I think his first name is Al. He remains an ownership of her music rights and intellectual property and her brand. So the family in the estate hasn't been able to actually release her music, because I've always wondered, why can't I get her music? Because she was one of my favorite singers of all time. And he can grant how the music is released, and he has final say so, and he hasn't done that yet. So they released this a very long memo, but a part of it said, while we understand this may be challenging, we need the support of the fans Aaliyah loves so dearly until we can resolve all the issues in freeing her music. Because I don't know why, but I always thought it was the family just didn't want the music out there. I didn't know if it was a trigger thing. I never knew why we couldn't get her music, but her music is absolutely nowhere. Like, you cannot get her music. So they say once they get this everything taken care of, they're going to release all of her albums and all of her music. So we will look forward to that. And also shout out to Aaliyah. She would have been 42 years old this year. So we also lost Seigfried of Seigfried and Roy, which we just lost Roy Horn earlier in last year. I think we lost him last year of COVID complications. And he passed away at the age of 81 from pancreatic cancer. We're hearing a lot of people that have pancreatic cancer. I don't know, because usually that's one of the rarest forms. It's also one of the most aggressive forms of cancer, but I'm starting to hear it more. I don't know what this is about. And it is out that male and female brains are different at certain things, but one is not better than the other. So I guess we no longer say, oh, women are smarter than men and vice versa. They're saying that one is not smarter than the other. According to the article in Psychology Today, they said men are better at performing single tasks, whereas women are better at multitasking, and women are better at attention, word memory, and social cognition and verbal abilities. Women are also better at remembering faces, whereas men are better at remembering things, which I guess would make sense, because men are always like, you know that girl, I ain't never seen that girl before in my life. Maybe it really is in their brain that they don't remember that girl. I don't know, but maybe if you show her living room set, you'd be like, oh, I remember. Like, I don't know how that works, I guess. How it works, I don't know. But they say they're not good at it. Good at remembering faces, which that's interesting to me. And it's also interesting that they said that there are also some gender specific tendencies that are not so good. They said women are more prone to depression and post-traumatic stress disorder, whereas men are more likely to suffer from schizophrenia, dyslexia, autism, and to become alcohol or drug dependent. So it's interesting to see the contrast in men and women, but I guess, like I said, all this shit is individual. There's shitty women, there's shitty men, so make sure if you want to find a spouse or a friend, you just find good people, because like I said, I've met some shitty trifling ass women, I've met some shitty trifling ass men. They go both ways. I'm just saying, so make sure you go out and you listen and whatever, like listen to people, make sure you know people, make sure you are really taking the time to get to know people. That's all I'm saying. But this has been the top 10 trending topics of the week. Now we need to get into that interview with Shizzle from the Shizzle Show, because we are cousins. Not in real life. All right, we have a guest today. I'm excited because we are station mates, I guess. I don't really know how you say that.
Yeah, with my syndicated situation. Shout out to WPIR 98.4 FM.
Yes, shout out to them and all the things that they're doing over there. They're so dope to deal with. But yes, my station mate is here. So Shizzle is here from the Shizzle Show. So we're gonna have a good time. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just keeping it moving and grooving. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I mean, I'm in Maryland. I'm not in DC. So I can't complain. I cannot complain.
I'm here in Florida.
I saw that. Y'all are interesting down there. I will say that y'all got some interesting rules, some interesting laws, some interesting shit seems that pop off in Florida. Typically.
Yeah, Florida. Florida's cool though. It's nice. I live in Sarasota, which is right by the ocean. So I live about 10 minutes away from the ocean. So it's pretty nice where I live.
Okay. All right. I can respect that. So tell us a little bit about Shizzle from Florida, from Sarasota, 10 minutes from the ocean.
All right. Well, that's where it started. I started as an artist. Me and my partner, we had a little group called Green Stamp. We sold a significant amount of units. We put out like 2 or 3 albums. Started our little independent label. We was doing our thing with the music. We got close to a deal. I had met some people that were affiliated with the industry, and I had found out a few things about the industry that I didn't agree with. So, I kind of went a different direction. I lost the passion for the music. All right. As an artist, though, I did an interview on a radio station down here on our FM station. It's called 96.5 FM here in Sarasota. Let's just say real quick, long story short, music came to a demise, let's say. And I got a call from the older fella that I did the radio interview on as an artist. He was like, "Yo, young blood, I like your style." Shout out to Mr. Gerald Green, the older cat. I like your style, young blood. I wanna revamp my show. I think you can help me do that. So I was like, yeah, I never thought about doing the radio thing, but I was like, yeah, might as well give it a try. I'm still passionate about the music, but I just didn't want to go the industry route.
Gotcha.
So I took him up on that. So I started co-hosting with him and got my radio certification, and things just developed into me getting my own show. When I was an artist, my artist name was D Shizzle, right? So that's where you get the Shizzle Show.
Now, I was going to ask you, because you said that it was something about the music industry. I know the music industry can be it's one of them cutthroat. It's very rough. It can be, from what I've heard, I'm not an artist, never been an artist, but it can be quite phony. It's very superficial, very surface level, and it can change people. What was it about the industry that you saw? It was like, I don't want to do this no more, even though you still had passion for music, though.
I wasn't willing to compromise the integrity of self for fame.
So do you feel like a lot of artists that get signed or go mainstream tend to go down that route where they're selling themselves out? Do you think there's anybody that stay true to self if they go, mainstream in the music industry?
Yes, there are artists that, choose to stay straight, but then a lot of them go different directions. I knock nobody out here. Do you?
Got you.
However you choose to get yours, do you out here. That's just something that wasn't for me. You know what I mean? I'm God body. I can't. I ain't
gonna pull, like, let's say a Joe Budden on a Charlemagne. Even how Joe Budden kind of knocked Charlemagne for kind of going a different road.
Yeah. I'm not I don't do that. See, I didn't do that with my show. Like, all right, so when I first got into FM, boom, one of my first big interviews was with Freeway Ricky Ross.
Okay.
Right? And this was during the time when Rick Ross, the artist, with him were kind of in beef because of the name or whatever, right? When I had him on to talk about an autobiography that he wrote. So that was the subject matter. I could have went in and started talking about that beef and all that other stuff, but I knew then that that's not how I wanted to base my show off of.
Gotcha.
You know, with all that negative energy or just doing shit for shock value and stuff like that. Nah. So I could have went in, but I didn't. But then he ended up talking about it, thanking me for being one of the first platforms in Florida that allowed him to talk about it. Because, you know, Rick Ross is here in Florida. It ended up going very well, you know, and he was able to voice his opinion on how he felt about that. But I knew back then that I wasn't going to go that route. You know, I don't have that Joe Budden, Charlemagne the God type of style, you know. I want you to come on my show and feel good, not feel like, you know, just how them cats, how they do them. You know, that's just not my style. Yeah, you know.
So you like to make people feel comfortable, because if people are comfortable, they're gonna talk more. You're gonna get a better interview.
Exactly. We're gonna open up. You know, they're gonna feel comfortable. They're gonna talk to you. I'm gonna ask you intriguing questions, excuse me, that pertain to what you do. I'm not gonna go all into your personal life and all that other drama and all that other stuff. That's not my style. I don't get down like that.
So we're in a crazy industry, though. We are being birthed, really, because, you know, like, well, you're in radio. I'm a podcaster that kind of transitioned into the online radio space. But in order to really stand out, you kind of gotta get, like, that's one of the things I noticed. It's very cutthroat in the podcasting world. I don't know if radio side is the same way. But
my show is the podcast as well. You know, I got the radio thing, got the iHeart Radio thing going on, but then I have the podcast situation as well. So I got a little bit of a combination going on with my show. Go ahead though with what you were saying. I mean, interruption.
So you in the podcast world, so you know it can be very cutthroat in order to stand out. It's like a billion of us, almost push you, especially as a black podcaster, into that lane of you gotta be shock value, you gotta bring this big loudness in order for people to really be like, hey, I want to tune in, because that's what we want. Us.
Well, for me, fortunately, I started in terrestrial radio and real radio. So this was before they could visually even see you. There was no lives and all that, and YouTubes and all that other stuff there. And this was 7 years ago when I started in 2013. You know, it just wasn't that popular. I don't know. I was able to maybe it's because I had a following and they kind of just transitioned with me into how things are of today with the visuals and things of that nature. But I think that you can still do it and be successful without having to have all that shock value stuff. Really, to me, it's about the quality of your content and what you're bringing forth and the energy that they're feeling and the guests that you bring on and the questions that you're asking your guests. You know, are they intriguing questions that the audience wants to know the answers to? You know, so I try to take a real journalistic approach to how I do my thing and have a good energy with it. You know, so I try to combine all these different elements, which brings forth a successful show. And I really don't have to go in and do all of that at all.
So you don't have to do the tap dancing because you actually do the work in order to create an interview that people really want to listen to.
I know what I'm doing now. But see, I had back in the days, right, when I first started in terrestrial radio, we have a radio legend here in Florida. His name is Joe Mama Johnson, and he's been doing the Quiet Storm, and it's a slow jam R&B. Man, he did that. He's retired now, but he did it for like 30 years. He's done it like 30 years. Half of my generation probably is made off of his music. And how they were doing. Not his music, but his show. How it was talking for the adults. Okay. So I interviewed Mr. Joe Mama Johnson, and the way he kind of checked me on air made me change my whole radio style. It made me take more of a journalistic approach, made me pay attention to this and what I'm doing a lot more. So by him doing what he did, which was very awesome the way he did it, and he knows I'm an intellectual brother, so he knows I would pick up, and this was live on air while he was doing it, how he did it. And by him doing that, it sparked me into who I am now. So it made me grow and become a professional with this, you know?
So when did you really get the radio show though? So, because you were on somebody else's platform, right?
Yeah, I rocked out with Mr. G for about a year. I got my radio certification. I put my little demo, I guess you would call it, together. It's your 30-minute reel. You know how you're gonna present to the program director of the station to see how your show was gonna go. So I presented it to Miss Arlene Sweeting. Shout out to Miss Arlene, and she approved the Shizzle show. So once that went down, it was on and popping from there. Okay. But like I said, I had to get my little radio certification because I had to learn how to work the boards and, you know, just be a radio programmer. But just because I got that radio certification and started off being a radio programmer didn't mean that I knew what I was doing. Just because, you know, I had good taste in music and played good music and stuff like that. There was a lot more to it, you know. And then I remember when I first was doing interviews, you know, you ask the little surface questions, the little questions that everybody else asked, stuff like that. So then, you know, I got deeper with it and got more serious with it. And then I won an award. I won an award 2 years after I had my show. It was for best radio talk show here in Florida for that year.
Oh, that's dope.
All Florida award. Word. And that was like 2 years after, like I said, I had the show. So that really helped spark some things too. You know, take things to another level. I just got real serious with it. You know, I caught a real good passion for it, got real serious, and just took it from there.
But you've interviewed so many people. Like, would you say that your interview with maybe Rick Ross or your interview with like a Master P, who would you say was your best interview or your worst interview, and why? Because I know they stand out for you. Like the people that you interview that you like, oh my gosh, I don't want to interview them ever. Like never in life.
I haven't had any bad interviews because I know how to finesse it.
You haven't had anybody that you like, I can't stand this some guy. Nobody?
I had a few artists that didn't know, like they didn't have proper radio etiquette. Gotcha. I guess you would say, like, and they didn't know how to properly project themselves. So that kind of can be a little annoying in a way because you're like, bro, you coming on this platform, I brought you on here. You want to project yourself as, you know, in an articulate way to the world, so the people want to, you know, so you intrigue them and they want to go buy your music and pay attention and follow you. You don't want to come on there looking all crazy, drooping down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just talking like you ain't got no sense. You know what I mean? That I've had maybe a couple of those. You know, after the interview, after the pictures or whatever, I kind of pulled them to the side and be like, bro, you can't do it like that. You know what I mean? It's cool.
Is this one of the new rappers though? Like I'm not gonna call it.
It'd be like a newer rapper. It'd be like a newer cat because I rocks with everybody. You know, from the celebrities, from the A-list celebrities to the up and coming artists from the area. You know,
okay,
and from different areas or whatever. I rock with everybody and I treat everybody with respect. But you could just tell some of them are kind of rookies. But I'm gonna do them like how Joe Mama Johnson did me when I was a rookie. You know. I'm gonna let you know, but I'm gonna do it in a cool way. not in a way where it tries to embarrass you
Okay.
or demoralize your style in any type of way. You know, I'm gonna do it in a real cool way. So then you're more responsive to what I'm saying, and it makes you want to go add on to yourself instead of looking at me like, man, F that dude, man. He thinks he knows. You know what I mean? You're not a talk
Right.
to people like that.
Because you learn how. Because, like I said, I'm not a music person. I learned how important A&R really is for an artist when they
Hell yeah.
don't have it.
And A&R helps an artist develop. A lot of these artists need artist development.
Yeah. But labels don't want to pay for it. It costs too much.
It's a whole different structure of today of how it used to be with the music industry. You know, shit. In A&R used to have to jump on a plane, fly out, and go see talent. Now you just hop on YouTube and on other digital platforms to see who's doing what they do. And it's just, man, this streaming thing. Like, you got to have 1 billion streams to make $100. The music game is, man.
It's unfortunate though. It's so unfortunate though, because we had such good. Because I think that's part of the reason why we don't. I'm not gonna say we don't have good music now. I'm not gonna say that, but I feel like we don't have as much quality music. I think things are definitely different, so it's a different type of music. But I still feel like the quality has changed. Do you agree?
Yeah, the substance in music doesn't seem to be there. But then we have different caliber artists that we're dealing with of today, you know?
Okay.
Just the music itself.
When you say different caliber, what do you mean by different caliber?
Alright, so like a Lil Pump is different than a Nas.
Okay.
Or just there you go, perfect analogy. Lil Nas X in this generation's Nas, and take our generation's Nas, our era of Nas. There you go.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's a difference. It's definitely a different type.
There you go.
Of artists. I'm gonna ask you some of the things that are going on now, and I want to get your take on it because I'm not going to keep you too long. So I know you've been watching the news, or at least looking at social media. Yesterday was a day. What do you think about what happened in DC when we had this insurgence in DC, where you had a bunch of angry white men who were able and women who were able to get in to the Capitol? Do you think that anybody will ever see the double standard, or are we just kind of like talking to the breeze?
All right, my point on this, and you know, I'm not a racial brother, none of that. You know what I mean? Much love for everybody out here, you know, because we all here together. It's planet Earth. You know what I mean?
Right.
First, I'm gonna say that first.
Okay.
But we got to see white privilege yesterday at its finest. If that was a bunch of melanated individuals out there, that whole entire situation would have been entirely different.
Mm-hmm.
Entirely. We saw these guys taking selfies and shit with the police officers. All that I seen. And RIP to the young lady that got killed. The lady got killed during such.
Four
Would have been 4 now. Now see, I don't look at, man. If that would have been us, it would have been martial law.
And it's funny to me that so many people don't see it. They don't see how there is a double standard.
That's all I can say.
It's a double standard. I mean, I'll say it.
You know,
you've seen the Black Lives Matter. When the Black Lives Matter were out there.
Sorry, but it just.
Yeah, we saw it back in June when the Black Lives Matter rally happened. They were gassed. There were rubber bullets.
All that Antifa time.
Immediately. But because this has kind of like gone down, I don't know if Trump will get impeached again, because they're talking about that now. They're talking about impeaching him or invoking the 25th Amendment to remove him from office. who the hell knows at this point what will happen with that. But Trump had a buddy, Kanye West, who is getting divorced. Do you think that this is real, or is this Kim and Kanye's way of getting some attention?
It may be real. To me, that's just something else, a distraction to keep you off of what's really going on out here. Because, okay, we got people protesting. Oh, hold on. They did a little bit more than protesting. They tried to pillage the Capitol building, right?
Yes.
So we got this over here, but then we're supposed to be worried about Kanye West and Kim Kardashian divorce. That, to me, that doesn't really add up to what's really going on out here. You know, that you can't be sitting over here with this going on and then you worry about that. You know, there's levels to this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If their divorce is the same equivalent of them trying to pillage the damn Capitol, then something is really, really, really wrong. It's already something really wrong going on out here. But if we could do that, it would turn your show into the conspiracy theory show if we started talking about that. So we won't go there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I'm not going to necessarily shy away from it. I don't know what Kim and Kanye.
A lot of things ain't conspiracy theory. You feel me?
Oh no, I agree 100,000%.
It's the title they choose to put on it for the people.
But you know, it's stuff going on. We in the media. We got to talk about it. And then also we have your music guy. So we have the Ashanti Keisha Cole versus coming up. Are you interested in watching this? Is this something you are going to watch? Is this not your music? Like, I don't really, bump with them.
I like Ashanti and I like Keisha Cole. Both of them rock. That's cool. Entertainment. Okay. I think the verses have been pretty entertaining. And, gives the fans and consumers a concert in a way for them to see, because they can't be out here performing, due to the fact that it's COVID. So it kind of gives them a chance to see them and rock out to the music.
And now they're making money.
I can dig them.
Who wins?
I think they're good. Who wins? I think everybody wins. The fans get to see them. The artists get to display all their music. Okay. They get to generate some attention, because like usually an artist needs to have a single out to generate some attention, or they go on a promo or whatever. So this gives a chance for an artist it might even resurrect some careers.
That is true.
I think it's a win-win for everybody. To tell you the truth.
Okay.
And they're getting bread. They're making a couple dollars off of them, I think. So it's awesome.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they got to be making something. Swiss and Timbaland, they got to be making something off of verses. But I
think it's awesome.
I think it's an amazing thing that they've created. It was genius to create it in the time that they created it. It was timely. It was everything you could ask for and more. Now, I'm not one of the for the culture people. I think that all the verses are for the culture, but I do pick a winner. Like, for me, Ashanti all day. Like, I like, I didn't mess with Keisha's music quite as much as I messed with Ashanti's music. Maybe it's because of the era I grew up in. Ashanti just had more.
We came up with Ashanti and Murder Inc. Her rocking out with Ja Rule and Irv, and then we came up with her. You know what I mean? But Keisha Cole, cool. Keisha Cole's cool. We kind of saw her do her thing, and then she got the crazy mom that we saw, and then what was it? One of them Love and Hip Hop joints is one of them.
Frankie, I think. Is that her name? Is her name Frankie? I think she's Frankie.
Her mom, Frankie, was crazy. So we got to see that, But Keisha Cole, Keisha has a good voice.
Yeah. I'm just an Ashanti girl. Like, I'm just Shanti. I can't wait, because they're gonna give us the looks, they gonna give us the body, we gonna get everything. So it's gonna be a beautiful time. So how can people listen to your show? We know two ways. You're on iHeartRadio and WPIR 98.4 FM. So how else can people listen to your platform?
Okay, we got to deal with Facebook Watch. So On Sundays from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., that's my showtime. You can check us out visually.
Okay.
Immediately after the show, that's one of my platforms that goes to iHeartRadio. I got a shout out to Spotify, got a shout out to Apple, got a shout out to Google. Also Spreaker. Got a shout out to those platforms. So you can check the show out immediately after the show on those platforms. And then on Fridays, which you just mentioned, WPIR 98.4 FM, you can check out the show from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Fridays with the syndicated situation with them.
Oh, baby. Okay. All right. That is so, yeah.
Bye, BG.
Well, we appreciate you coming to Millennials Anonymous podcast. You can come back anytime. We will have to have you back one day. So I thank you so much for coming through. We appreciate you.
Without a doubt. Appreciate having me. Well, appreciate you having me on your platform.
I want to thank my guest, Mr. Shizzle from the Shizzle Show, for stopping through. So make sure you listen to his show. You can always find it on the station that we are both a part of, the online radio station of WPIR 98.4 FM. So make sure you go listen there, and or you can go to all major podcasting platforms and find him there, whatever floats your boat. And if you are brand new to the platform, we are also on all major podcasting platforms. So we are on Pandora, we're on iHeartRadio, we are on Amazon Music, we are on iTunes, we are on Google, we are on Deezer, we are on Spreaker, we are on everything. Okay, so make sure you follow us as well so you don't miss an episode if you brand new to this. And we want you to go to millennials.us so you can try the world. So we have a link on the website of millennials.us. It is a subscription service. So make sure you go there so that you can get you a free box. It gives you like different ingredients from all over the world. So make sure you go there so you could taste, you want to taste the rainbow. I know I do, damn it. So make sure you go. Chef Hip was just on here telling y'all, expand it. If you're going to use season oil, at least expand it, add a little lemon in there, whatever you got. And so this will help you do that. So if you want to really expand your palates, okay, make sure you go on there, all right? We also have a link for Downtown Locker Room or DTLR Villa. So make sure you go on there and see what they got going on, because they always got stuff going on. So make sure you go over there. And then that's one other, audiobooks.com. So make sure you go on audiobooks.com as well. I think you get a discount. So make sure you go on millennials.us so that you can take a look at that. But I gotta go, okay, because I was late as fuck doing this, so I'm actually doing this almost in real time. I had to get up early because I didn't do shit yesterday, like I told you. So make sure you come back again next week. We appreciate you. We love you all. Stay safe out there, because I didn't yell at y'all today, okay? Enough. So make sure you stay safe. Bye.